Happy Halloween, everybody. It's October 31st and time for our chart of the week. I'm thinking I'm a little bit hungry right now, so I decided that we're going to go check in on the chart of Buffalo Wild Wings and see how it's doing here. It's starting to show some improvement. So let's go ahead and mark up our chart as we go along here. So last week, this stock came out and company came out and delivered earnings, and they were a little bit better than expected. But what's interesting is here, right before they delivered earnings, they created what's known as a double bottom here. And actually, you could even go so far as to say it was a triple bottom going back to May and also in July. And we see that the bottom there at about 134 to 135 was tested once again. And following earnings, the stock gapped up here on Thursday, followed through a little bit on Friday, and then today on Monday, it actually bolted higher and is making its way towards some resistance here, which is the 200-day moving average and the upper Bollinger Band. I'm sorry, the 20-day moving average as well, too. It's moving right through the upper Bollinger Band and opening up those bands, which means volatility is expanding. This thing is pretty much the look of death from about the end of July all the way till October here. And you can see the stock had gone down sharply and created a massive downtrend line. And it just never get out of its own way over here. Up until this past couple of days, where you can see now it's getting right back into this downtrend channel, this zone over here. So it dipped out of there in a big volatile move at the beginning of October and concluded from the end of September as well. And we can see until it hit that bottom there just last week, it's starting to turn here. Now, this is something that we think is going to be wildly bullish and getting right back to the old highs about $170. Probably not, but we do see some improvement here in some of the indicators. And one of those indicators is the relative strength, which has a nice upward steep slope over here, and we like stocks that are exhibiting good relative strength relative to the market. We do have somewhat of a weak buy signal on the MACD as well too. We have that crossover here, but we do see the MACD is well under zero here. Once it crosses above the zero line, we'll see some accumulation going on from some institutions. It certainly has been sold massively from the end of September all the way down to this beginning of October. And again, it came down here, tested this low, which it matched in from those levels in July and in May. Now it seems to be showing some strong improvement over here. We do notice that the momentum indicator on the bottom here, which is the Williams percent R, had been miserably in the negative bearish camp for the better part of a month and a half, and now we see it's starting to creep back out again. This stock is not quite overbought, so there's a little bit more room for the upside. We did talk about this one in our chat room last week, that if it did break higher, it probably has some room to get up to about the 150 level, and we can see that this blue line, which is the 20-day moving average, is would probably be the level that we'd see the stock get to. But first things first, let's see if we get some more upside over here. We think that this stock has some room possible to get to the upper end of this range, which would be about 152 to 152 and a half. But first things first, let's see how we work up to that 200-day moving average and where we end up going to. So that's Buffalo Wild Wings, and always a favorite around this time of year with football season and sporting events and World Series happening as well. Thanks very much for watching, everyone, and I'll see you guys next time.